Hello, family and friends. Please like, share, and hit that notification button so you're notified when I post new content. I hope all is well and staying safe. Let's do it. The Louisville, Kentucky Police Department is under investigation again. Yes, again. Just a few months ago, it was for the Breonna Taylor, withholding files in the Breonna Taylor's case from the jury to keep the jury from being able to file charges against their officers and hence protecting their officers. Well, now they're being charged, being sued, and investigated for sexual abuse by their officers. And they're again hiding files from the public to protect the officers. In the alleged indictment, in the lawsuit, I should say, the defendant is only identified as NC, and he alleges that two officers in particular sexually abused him in their squad cars and in their homes. Yes, in their squad cars and in their homes through an Explorer program that the Louisville, Kentucky Police Department put together in 2016 to recruit new candidates for the police department. There's something wrong with that police department. It's really something wrong with that police department. With Kentucky, it must be something in the water. It really must be something in the water from Mitch McConnell on down. That all of this protect the police from murder, from sexual abuse. I mean, how bad can it get before us as community members and the community members in Kentucky say enough is enough? Let's move on before I get kind of upset about a little and get my feelings a little bit about that. Blac Chyna. Now, Blac Chyna has had a major court victory today in California Superior Court. A judge ordered that her lawsuit against the Kardashian-Jenner family can proceed because she had substantial evidence that corroborated her lawsuit against that family, including unaired footage from the Rob and China show. She's alleging that the family conspired to have her series canceled, and she's suing for millions. And her attorney Lynn Cioni told U.S. Weekly that Blac Chyna is beside herself that she's finally gonna get her day in court. So she's suing for millions, and she's listed Kris, Kim, Khloe, and Kylie in the lawsuit, and alleging that they enabled her to reach her, to continue her series and hurt her financially. I'll just put it like that. So good luck, Blac Chyna. Get that bag. Get that bag. She earned it. You know, she really earned it. Let's talk about Lisa Montgomery. Now, this is a 36-year-old Indiana woman who was convicted of first-degree murder of murdering a 8-month pregnant lady by strangling her from behind, and then I'm not going to go into graphics. Then taking the baby from her, unborn baby out of her stomach, and she's the first woman to face the federal death penalty in 70 years, but she's due to be executed on December the 8th. And I don't believe in the death penalty. I think she should just do some real hard time, and but I'm sure the family wants some closure. But she's due to be executed, and they haven't executed a woman on the federal with the federal death penalty in over 70 years. So she's just gonna get it on December the 8th. That's not funny. I shouldn't laugh about that. But it's not funny that she killed that mother and took that baby, and the baby survived. Thank God, the baby survived. Let's talk about who's next up on the list. Let's talk about Branden Willie Martin. Branden Willie Martin. This young brother right here, he was a young rising baseball star who played for Tampa Bay Rays. And he's recently been convicted of first-degree murder for beating to death his father, the ATD security installer, and the brother-in-law. And Branden was biracial, and I mention that for a reason. Because Branden has always complained and had a problem with his father being black and his mother being white. He always wanted to identify with the white side of his genetics. He didn't feel good about the other side. And that comes from not only Branden, but society not having, from him growing up in a society where he's not able to read about the greatness of his nationality, his people, his heritage, all the great inventors and what we've brought to America, so that this young man can feel good about himself. So if he doesn't feel good about himself, he can't feel good about his father, and beat his father to death. So he didn't value his father's life, and now he's facing the death penalty and didn't value his own life because he grew up feeling that regardless of his great athletic abilities, that still wasn't good enough because of his complexion. And that's a sad commentary on where we are. He couldn't pick up history books in America and look at what his ancestors and other people of color has brought to the great American experience. Because with knowledge comes strength. With knowledge will put a plate of armor on you, so that when society tells us that we're not good enough, we're not tall enough, we're not thin enough, we have the wrong complexion for the connection and all of that bull, then that knowledge, it'll hit you. The same life experiences will hit you, but that armor will protect you where you have a sense of self. Because you've read about what your ancestors, you know that we achieve in sports and in the science and the arts and all of the aboves. But if we don't teach these kids of color, and that runs across the spectrum, black, white, Mexican, Puerto Rican, it doesn't matter what color you are. It really doesn't. If a kid doesn't grow up having a great sense of self, he won't value his life or the next. And this society that we live in will continue our morality will continue to go further and further and further down the drain. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next.